we got a woman waiting outside that'll make you forget Rachel in a second.
Yeah, come on, Ugg.
Great.
What, another woman?
Yeah, she likes the outdoors, she wears a uniform, and she has a whistle.
And she can crush walnuts in the back of her knee.
Another woman.
Yeah, come on. It's great.
Well, I like walnuts.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor dark of night shall stay these podcasters from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. This is Big Orange Couch, the 90s Nickelodeon podcast, where we talk about all things 90s Nickelodeon. My name's Joey.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Counselor Brett.
And this is episode 201.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting too high.
Yep.
Over the hump.
Yeah.
Is Danny still here? Danny?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe he's in the back.
Oh, damn it.
That's good. We're talking Salute Your Shorts, Mail Carrier Mona.
We sure are.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah.
Me too, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I love it. I don't want to try and, spoil my rating or anything, but it's one of my more preferred Salute Your Shorts episodes.
Yeah, this episode, the day this episode comes out will almost be exactly 30 years to the airing of Mail Carrier Mona.
Isn't that wild? And also, it's pretty interesting that it's a day before my birthday, before I turned 3 when I first saw this.
Yeah, 3? Were you really watching it when you were 3?
I mean, in passing, yeah. I didn't comprehend all the characters at that age, but I was watching it during the original run.
Yeah.
And then I saw the reruns with everyone else in around 96 when it was in heavy syndication. So, yeah.
Interesting. I feel like Salute Your Shorts was probably more like once it was being repeated is when I was really getting into it.
I mean, I think it's possible we were watching it as it was first airing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been right that perfect age of just starting to kind of really get into TV.
Yeah. I just
Definitely.
rewatched 2 movies from the early 90s that I was like, because I saw them in the theater. I just rewatched Batman Returns, which I think I would have been 6 for. And I just rewatched Matinee with John Goodman, the Joe Dante movie, which I would have been 6 or 7 for. And I was like, why was my mom taking me to see this? I mean, I love it. And I think it probably has shaped partially what I like. But there was no way I was getting the Cuban Missile Crisis vibes of Matinee with John Goodman.
She probably thought you were very mature for your age.
I guess so. Or there's just less outlets for kids, less things for kids to do, maybe.
Yeah,
but so I guess you're right. Salute Your Shorts was probably so tame in comparison. If I just watched Batman Returns where Danny DeVito's biting people's noses off, Mail Carrier Mona was easy watching.
That is weird.
For sure.
Brett, you last November we ranked the first season. Is there, do you feel we've had you on before to talk about it was Sponge Goes to the Movies, I believe. And
I did a call that for a radio calling contest too. Right.
Season 1, do you have a favorite, or is there? You're currently publishing some stuff to Instagram with your art from season 1. Is there one though you're particularly fond of?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great picks from season 1. It's hard to choose just one. I mean, obviously Zeke the Plumber's up there for me, just like everyone else, because he's pretty much like the Zebo the Clown of Salute Your Shorts, where everybody remembers him. I'd say Mail Carrier Mona is pretty up there for me too, along with Donkey Lips and Sponge Weigh-In. I really remembered that wheelbarrow scene and going to that little hamburger shop to get all the food. And Donkey Lips dropping all the quarters along the way, so that was pretty memorable for me. Radio calling contest, of course, because how else would you learn what color a giraffe's tongue is unless you saw that episode, or George Michael's real name? So those rank pretty high for me as well from season 1. And then, of course, Budnick and Michael fake being sick really stood out to me because A, I love ice cream, and B, I really like the character development between Budnick and Michael, where they kind of show their true colors towards each other, because they've been kind of fighting in the subplots of previous episodes until that point. So it was nice to see that come to head, and also see the silly jokes that only adults would get after rewatching it.
Yeah. Mail Carrier Mona, where did you rank it? Do you remember?
It was like number 3, I want to say, for me. Maybe number 4.
Okay.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Nice. Yeah.
Number 2?
I'd say Zeke and Mona for me. Yeah.
Yeah, this one has a cool feel of like the kids actually working together rather than like some kind of adversarial thing going on, which I like.
Yeah, and I think the group dynamic works better that way than having them being against each other for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty UGG heavy, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. And Mona, don't even get me started.
Yeah. Christine Cavanaugh.
Yeah. She's kind of a Nick legend.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that she sneaks in to a live action.
Totally. Yeah.
30 years. Yeah. 30 years since Salute Your Shorts. Feels crazy, but I'm happy we're celebrating it. I think it's definitely one of our, I know we just had 2 weeks of Love Fest with Pete and Pete, but Salute Your Shorts is genuinely, I think, a show that we both loved from then to now.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I remember ordering those like ripped DVDs in like the late 90s.
Yeah. I remember you getting those. Yeah.
They were terrible. they skipped, and but it was still like I would do everything in my power to watch them.
That's dedication right there. Through all the technical issues just to get the plot down. I gotta know what happens to Budnick.
Oh man, yeah, Budnick's good in this episode too. The alternate title. Did you guys catch what the alternate besides Mail Carrier Mona? What the that weird Salute Your Shorts secondary title is?
Yeah, I had Ugg's girlfriend is coming.
Yeah, Ugg's girlfriend is coming.
I mean, I guess that's a reference to Rachel, but it doesn't really seem it fits here because more focuses on Ugg meeting Mona than Ugg getting over Rachel. So
yeah, should be called Ugg's girlfriend is not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because that's what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was very annoyed to see that somebody has updated the Wikipedia page to.
Oh, I saw that too because of Paramount Plus.
Wait, what did they do?
They eliminated all the alternate titles.
Oh,
they totally gutted it and just put all the names in like a blank spreadsheet. It's frustrating.
Yeah, very annoying. And they used, from what I could tell, mostly the bad titles.
The bad?
Yeah.
Like for this one, the Ugg's girlfriend is coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
So
I did notice this one's not on Paramount Plus yet. I think they have 12 episodes between the 2 seasons.
Jeez. They really are neglecting these live action shows.
Yeah.
The old ones.
If you have 12,
just what's going on here?
Yeah.
Just all of it.
Yeah.
You have it, obviously. Brett, have you checked out any of the new Rugrats?
I saw the first 2 episodes. I didn't get too much into it. I'm kind of more steering towards the original 2D, but I think the 3D is fine. It's a good translation for the modern era. Kind of similar to my thoughts of the Are You Afraid of the Dark reboot 2nd season earlier this year. It's decent for a modern audience. There's some things I don't like about it just because it conflicts with my nostalgia, but it's fine enough. Yeah,
that's kind of my feeling. It was I don't know. It was fine. It was like you said, it's for the modern kid. I prefer the 2D for sure, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mail Carrier Mona, I've been waiting a very long time. Outside of Zeke, this is kind of the one I've been chomping to get to. I think in our season rankings, I pretty much displayed my love of it. So it probably won't be too surprising. Christine Cavanaugh, just absolutely, I'm just so smitten with her.
Yeah.
I remember
you have a chance to fall in love with her through the episode.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she's just so lovely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And but
Like,
also like you can't help but get hints of like there's certain lines she'll deliver where you're like, oh, Chucky, like, or you know,
Yeah, you can hear the Chucky emerging before she like went big on Rugrats and then later All Real Monsters and all the other shows she did voice work for.
Yeah, her voice is so distinctive though. Like I remember as a kid having a sense that she was the voice of these other things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if they talked about it or it just was so clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite voice actresses of all time as well. Just I don't know, something about the way she performs each of her different characters is just really leaves a lasting impression with me, no matter if she does Nickelodeon work or outside of it. So I'm right there with you, Joey, in terms of the fondness for Christine Cavanaugh and the legacy of her work.
Yeah, of course she has passed on. She passed away in 2014, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, so just really sad. She was, young at the time and 51. So really sad, but awesome that we have her work to kind of look back on, and she was just great. This episode aired on June 28th, 1991. Season 1, episode 12. We've talked about June of 1991 at length. We've hit it, so we're not gonna do a this month in history. We are gonna have a few new categories. We're gonna try this for the episode reviews, so we'll go through the episode, but we're also gonna discuss in particular categories that include our favorite, what we believe is the best scene from the episode. What we believe is the best performance and the worst. I'm on the fence about whether the worst is a good idea or a bad idea. I don't know if it's too mean or not, but I figure we could try.
Always worked out there.
And
I mean, if listeners don't like it, we can just skip it after this one.
Yeah. Let us know if you think we're being mean, but this stuff's 30 years old and nobody's, the actors aren't, I don't think, Danny Cooksey's tuning in to see if we liked his performance or not.
Is that a hint?
What's that?
Is that a hint?
It's not a hint.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
In fact, Cooksey is on fire.
Yeah.
And we're also going to talk our favorite line of the episode. And this episode is
fun.
just I'm interested to see what you guys go with, because this was daunting to pick a line from.
There was a whole boatload.
Yeah. I noted like a dozen at least. Like
literally.
lines.
Yeah, it's a very funny episode. So we'll recap. We'll do some of our favorites, and we'll do our old standbys with bios, trivia, strapservations, ratings, name the episode, all that good stuff. Do you want to jump into mail carrier Mona?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
One early morning down at the dock, Budnick meets a new mail carrier named Mona Tibbs.
So where's our regular mail guy?
Lucky Jones was crushed by dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
Stamps. A box of brontosaurus commemoratives fell, broke his collarbone. Mona Tibbs, USPS. Can you direct me to the camp personnel authorized to receive this?
Well, that's me, Bobby Budnick. I'm getting my junior postmaster badge.
Splendid. Glad today's youth takes an active interest in the civil service. Carry on, young Budnick.
Right off the bat, I just want to note, you just like get a feel for her, like the instant that she appears on screen.
I also love the pulling up on a boat, like the mail on a boat at a camp. It feels classic and
like you don't know where she's coming.
Kind of nostalgia.
Yeah. And even though the video quality of, I'm sure the one we watched was not very good, that background on the lake looks just so beautiful. And they're really out there in nature.
It really transports you to that moment when you see it, like, wow, I need to go to summer camp now. And that's what actually inspired like the artwork for this week's episode, is because I just could not get my eyes away from that whole setting where she shows up. It's just picturesque.
It's quite nice. I don't know if I ever really wanted to go to camp, but if this were the camp I was going to, maybe. Like if you're like, well, here's what the camp looks like, and be like, all right.
That does remind me, I wanted to just mention that there's a couple shots in this episode that are like taken at either the sun up or sun down. I was just thinking that must have been tough. Now they got like one shot to get it.
Yeah, you got an hour pretty much to figure out this shot. And these scenes with Budnick and Mona, when they're just kind of one-on-one, there's a couple of them. Yeah. They're good. Yeah, like they kind of play off each other really well.
Yeah, Budnick's doing something a little out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Mona delivers a letter from Ug's girlfriend Rachel, announcing she's coming to visit.
Rachel,
give it a squeeze.
Yeah, I love this whole opening segment. Ugg getting so excited that he trips over and falls into the lake. Later, Budnick convinces Ugg that he needs Later, Budnick convinces Ugg that he needs new clothes to impress Rachel, and he ends up with a new biker look.
Yeah, we get a montage here of Ugg trying on all the different clothes, but they settle on the biker look.
How do I look?
Like an explosion in a hardware store.
I think Budnick's right. I think this stuff makes me look cool. Oh, it's just that I can't see with it on.
Hey, I said the bandana or the eye patch, not both.
Right, thanks.
I found it weird suddenly that Budnick, these are the costumes that Budnick has to dress people up. You know, it's like and these ultra weird.
And in Ugg size.
Yeah.
But I do love that Ugg immediately embraces like okay, this is what the kids think's cool.
Yeah.
Like this is cool.
Yeah, you got Rambo, you got the yodeling one, you got used car salesman and the Rasta guy.
Yeah,
you got a little bit of everything.
This song is so good.
Hey, do that song that I wrote, like I taught you.
But Nick, you know that this is really not my bag.
Hey, just do it like I taught you.
Okay.
Rachel! I am him! Rachel! You are she! Rachel!
Grab the mustard.
Rachel! Give it a squeeze!
Ugg, can we talk to you for a second?
It's so good.
My favorite, of course, is the pass the mustard.
Pass the mustard.
Yes. I want to just sing that to someone if I'm like in a cafeteria and I need condiments for my hot dog. I'm like, Billy, pass the mustard, give me the relish, throw it on top. I'm sure I'd get a lot of weird stares from the entire cafeteria.
Yeah, like one person that maybe knows.
There is a shot in the episode where it looks like I forget the actor's name, the kid who plays Michael. It looks like he's actually trying not to laugh. Oh. Like when Ug's doing his thing.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
This probably would have been very hard to get through.
Yeah. For sure. Soon another letter arrives, and the kids intercept it before Ugg can see it, only to discover that Rachel isn't coming after all, and she sent the first letter by mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
Boy. We've all been there.
Yeah.
After a short deliberation, the campers nominate Michael to give Ugg the bad news, but Ugg refuses to believe it.
Ugg, there's something kind of personal I need to talk to you about.
Yeah? Wait, this doesn't have something to do with, like, health class, does it? Because I don't get paid to teach that stuff. Wait, here she comes. I think this is her. Yes, this is her. Hey, baby, so good to see. Hi. Nice car.
Ugg, let's say that there was this guy, and he was a camp counselor.
Uh-huh.
And last year he met somebody that he really, really liked. And she said that she'd write him, and she wrote him. And she said that she was going to come this year.
Wait, I'm having a hard time following you. He's a counselor like me?
Yeah. And he wrote her songs and made her presents and did everything for her.
Chicks, this guy's a real wonk.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I bet.
But what would you do if you found out that she wasn't coming and you had to tell the guy?
I don't know what you're really saying.
Look, Rachel met a red hot stud muffin, and now your taillights.
I like this scene a lot too. Him by the roadside with his handmade heart.
So good.
Stopping every car.
Yes. The first car that he stops is that like weird business guy with a
right. He reminds me of the dad from You Can't Do That on Television.
Yeah, a little bit like Les Lie. Yeah, and he just lets out a belch.
Definitely not Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ugg is just like so pitiful in this scene. It's like beautiful in its way.
Very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I like the kid stealing the letter. That's just like a classic kid thing.
Yeah.
And how they steamed it open.
Yeah.
With Donkey Lip's breath, I believe.
Yeah, Donkey Lip's breath is so horrible that it removes the adhesive on the letter.
Yeah. I'm not saying whether this is my favorite line or not, but I do like the it would certainly be a nominee of Rachel met a red hot stud muffin and now your taillights.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was always very weird to me as a kid. That was one of those lines where I was like, this sounds I've never heard anyone say this before, but it sounds like it could be a real thing. I'm not sure.
It definitely sounds like a writer probably had this phrase.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just work it in. Yeah. Like everybody's got these weird phrases that they use.
Yeah, Ugg, just want to know that Ugg throws that his heart into the lake.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
A perfect metaphorical moment. Afterward, Ugg becomes so depressed, the campers decide they need to find him a new girlfriend to snap him out of it.
Hey, do you mind if I take a spoonful of mashed potatoes and flick them at Donkey Lips?
Whatever you want.
You mean you're not gonna yell and scream at me and make me pick up garbage?
Whatever you want.
Okay, then. I'm gonna flick it. Hey! Oh, now this is really pathetic. I come all the way to camp to torment Ugg, and he doesn't even give me the satisfaction of getting mad. That makes me mad.
You guys, there must be some way we can snap him out of this.
Yeah, we gotta find something to take his mind off of Rachel. I got it. Not something to take his mind off Rachel. Someone.
Again, the kid's rallying for Ugg. Almost. Does it ever happen again?
Man.
Not off the top of my head. I mean, they seem to really care for him because it's strange how they treat Ugg in this episode, because up until now he's mostly been like an authoritative figure who would just like find ways to punish them unless they're like hanging out with him one-on-one. But here it's like we get to see that authoritative layer peel back to reveal the more goofy, vulnerable, romantic side. So I think the campers kind of take to that new side to him and want to help him out as a result. Like making him one of their own.
For sure, yeah. There's also the Budnick explaining that it's not acceptable for Ugg to be like, you can't even, it's not fun if you can't even torture him.
Yeah.
So you need to bring him back to normal so you can torture him.
Yeah, that's a great short scene of Ugg being so depressed that he's got the Danish on his head and they're
right. Yeah. It's totally shut down and people can. Yeah.
When Mona returns to announce that it's her last day, the campers make a plan to introduce her to Ugg.
I love the post office! You're gonna make a great junior postmaster!
Mona's a girl, Ugg's a girl. We can't help but fall for each other. Perfect.
Hey, kids! Thanks for turning out to say goodbye to Mona on her last day. Lucky Jones' collarbone is mended nicely. He's back in the saddle. He'll return on this route tomorrow.
You mean you're not coming to camp at all?
Negativo. I'll be in a faraway zip code.
Guys, this is the last chance to get Ugg a girlfriend, or else we're stuck with a zombie counselor.
Over in the lodge, the boys help Ugg realize that Rachel had always been trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
That's a real gut punch.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know if I fully noticed this part when I was younger. That she was like sending all his letters back to him without reading them.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Is this where Ugg has written 2 letters? The one of like, please take me back, and the one breaking up with her. And they're like, okay, well, walk us through like your relationship. And they're like, oh no, definitely send a breakup letter.
Yeah. And then he realized he really didn't have a foundation there past that one time he saved her from her capsized boat on the lake.
Yeah. But it definitely, I mean, even if it say works out with Mona, which we see her in season 2, so perhaps it does. But he definitely has a tendency of falling in love hard fast, right? Because it happens again essentially here.
And speaking of how he met Rachel, I kind of love that whole little recounting of his story, like paddling through the air.
Yeah, and then them being like, well, how many times have you been with her? And he's outside the time we met. Once.
Red flag.
Soon Ugg goes down to the dock to meet Mona, and it seems like love at first sight until he stomps away, still stuck on Rachel.
Yeah.
As Mona lifts her mailbag to leave, she throws her back out. And while meanwhile, the boys try to convince Ugg to go back.
He's still stuck on Rachel.
Oh, man, we gotta straighten this guy out.
You're right, let's go.
Ugh!
Mona, didn't you think that guy was cute?
I suppose. But romance and the mail don't mix. Besides, guys don't ask for dates from girls that know postal rates. Uh-oh. Oh, postal worker's nightmare. Yeah, lower lumbar disalignment.
Oh, what should we do?
Oh, nothing. Don't bother.
Don't bother.
My supervisor finds out I blew out my back. He'll put me on a desk. I was born for the streets. My, those are pretty shoes. You all have pretty shoes.
Yeah, this is one thing that like always sticks in my mind. Her talking about their shoes. You guys always have really nice shoes.
Really pretty shoes. You do, all of you.
It actually made me more observant of kids' shoes in elementary school because of this episode. Like I use that as a way to talk to people because I was often shy. Like, oh, you got really nice pink laces on there. And then I would hear a response and they'd walk away usually.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
This line in particular, I actually wrote down like, wow, she sounds a lot like Chucky here. It's for some reason, whatever the delivery of this, you all have pretty shoes. Like it's really, it's there.
When Ugg gets back, he finds Mona bent over, unable to move. And being a certified athletic trainer, he realigns her spine.
Yeah, real fast. There's some great shots here. Particularly, I'm thinking of that shot where they're each on the one end of the bridge and they're kind of moving towards one another.
Yeah,
it's with the sappy music.
Yeah, but it's shot in a way that's very cinematic. I mean, it looks great.
Yeah. This episode's a really since you mentioned the music. This episode's like a great example to me of using stock music seemingly to be really effective.
Yeah.
The music when he's like on the road. It's
what is that? Crap. Moonlight Sonata.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this, we always talk about Salute Your Shorts. Part of the reason we love it is that it's primarily outside.
Yeah.
In this episode, being by the lake, I feel like it's a part of Anawana you never really get to hang out, but being by the lake feels nice.
Yeah, and just running around, like running from place to place, you feel like you're moving across the camp.
I was gonna say, it really makes you feel like you're there, and I think that's part of the reason why this episode is, stuck with me all these years more than other ones, is because I got a sense that I was in camp with the campers, and it made me go to camp, which I later did a few years later. So I think it's just, really effective at, creating this really lived in camp where there's always something going on. And no matter if it's like the dock or the lodge, it's always like interesting and enticing and somewhere you want to be in the moment because something's happening.
Yeah. Somehow Pete and Salute Your Shorts in particular nailed that look.
Totally.
Like it immediately feels real. Like the second you start watching the episode,
Agreed.
Like not questioning it.
Yeah.
We have skipped over one thing I just want to point out here, which is Donkey Lips boldly claims that candy corn is good.
I noticed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the subject that never goes away.
Oh yeah. Anybody who at least has listened since this last October knows on this. You're not a lover. I am a lover of candy corn. Brett, candy corn?
Can I split the difference and say on occasion, like maybe just a little bit on Halloween and then that's it? Because if I try to eat a whole bag, I get sick.
I think that's totally fair because I can't imagine anybody eating it not on Halloween.
Yeah.
Or like outside of October.
Yeah. It feels like a tradition for me, but I'm at the point where my tolerance for sweetness has gone down a lot now that I'm in my 30s. So I'm like, okay, this is good. Like a couple pieces, then a handful, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sick. Enough of this.
Yeah.
I like the idea of going over someone's house in June and I'm just snacking on candy corn.
Right? Hey, summer ween's probably a thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I had to note it.
Yeah. I was annoyed to see it. It's like, darn.
Luckily, it was only on for like 5 seconds, so it's okay. Andrew.
Oh yeah, that's funny that they have it. They have candy corn at camp in the summer. Like somebody brought it special.
Yeah, they're sitting in like the bushes eating candy corn. Yeah, it's weird.
That's where Budnick's candy supplier hides his stash.
So Ugg and Mona immediately hit it off, and Mona promises to come back tomorrow after she's done with her new route.
Okay.
Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel 100%. All better. That is phenomenal.
Thanks. That's the healing power of Kevin Lee.
Kevin? Costa Mesa 92626 Lee?
That's me.
Kevin and I get mail from all kinds of fascinating places, Lee.
Yeah, that's me.
I think I might need some more of that breathing thing.
Oh, anytime. Anytime.
I'm Mona.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah.
Mona's an awful name.
Oh.
I always wanted to be called Joie. So, who are you writing to at 92626?
9262. No, nobody. Not anymore. I had a friend there, but he's moving to Key West.
Key West? Oh, 33040, yeah.
Wow. Gosh. It's amazing you remember all those zip codes.
Oh. No. It's more amazing that you cracked my back.
Yeah. I mean, they really, once he fixes her back, it's, they're just in love.
Yeah.
It was magical. I felt like I was in love for both of them when I was watching it. How sweet it was.
I feel like I might have mentioned this before, this line, but I love Mona and Ugg's back and forth, like, yeah.
And they let it linger.
Yeah.
Like they really like. There's a good like 10 seconds at a time where they're just staring at each other.
Yeah.
Like this feels kind of bold.
And it's beautiful because that pause really lets you absorb the feelings of the moment. It's not rushed or anything.
Yeah, for sure. As Mona putters away in her boat, Ugg sees the heart he carved for Rachel and jumps in after it to give to Mona instead.
System of life, you're one first-class male.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah. Actually, this whole sequence is really great. Him jumping in the water, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a very...
It really makes up for him getting his heart broken after he tossed it into the lake at night.
Yeah.
It's like his heart has been given a second chance. He's got some redemption because he gave Mona a chance, and now he's not going to waste it again. So he gave it to her, and then they had that nice little exchange. And one of my favorite lines of the episode, the postal system of life, you're one first class male. Yeah, I love that. That gets me every time. I love it.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Ugg watches Mona go, and the campers immediately break him out of his love trance by pelting him with eggs, sending him into a rage chasing after them.
Yeah, they've gotten Ugg back to normal.
Yeah,
which is kind of what they wanted.
Yeah,
it's sweet, but also they just want to make his life miserable.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's get into our first new category. Let's go around. Favorite scene. What did you think was the best scene from mail carrier Mona?
Well, we kind of just talked about it, but I really love when Ugg dives headfirst into the water to give Mona the wooden heart, because he got a shot at redemption of love after getting his heart broken by Rachel, and just feeling really pathetic. As someone who can also relate to falling in love pretty easily, I think it's a very, very tender moment that really solidifies their connection, and also Mona as a character that's a part of the cast, not just a one-off who's like here for the episode's sake. So that's my favorite.
Nice. I think my favorite is Ugg and Mona's like final meeting. They finally Ugg kind of finally comes around. I think after this whole episode of like him kind of getting the short end of the stick, it feels good, like a redemptive moment for Ugg.
Yeah,
it feels great on her side too, like she's finding somebody too. It's just a really nice, like, touching moment.
I love that, even though what's his name, Lucky Jones, the guy who's usually on the route, he's coming back tomorrow, but she said like I'll still find time after my route to stop by and say hi.
I love that just for the like attention to detail.
Yeah,
I feel like other shows may have skipped over that. Just forgotten about it.
Who knows? Maybe some kids, after watching this episode, went into the postal service for their careers growing up.
Possible.
Yeah. I also love the running joke that Budnick keeps saying, like, I want to go into the postal service, and she's so like proud of him. Like, you would make a fine junior postman.
All because he wants some food.
Yeah, I think my favorites, I'm with you guys. I considered it all kind of one big, like, that last 4 minutes, once they, like, kind of, he fixes her back, the falling in love, jumping in the water. Like, that whole segment is just so tender, and, like, I like that the kids are kind of just sitting and, like, having snacks and watching this unfold. Like, they're the audience with us and loving it. And, it feels good to feel like Ugg is kind of winning for once, because he's just always on the losing end of things. And if it wasn't Christine Cavanaugh, who knows if it would have worked so well, but she's so likable and so believable as this male woman that it feels weird 100%. And perfect. Well, what about let's do line. What do you like, as we were saying, this episode is chock full of incredible lines. Brett, what was your favorite line?
I mean, this one is really tough, because I had several in the queue, I guess. What it came down to is how memorable it stuck out for me, and how often I actually use it in real life. As much as I love Lucky Jones being crushed by dinosaur stamps, I don't actually say that often, but it was a contender. But I'm actually going to have to go with ZZ's I love. It's so lovely.
Interesting.
Yeah. I actually say that quite a lot when I'm on dates to myself.
To yourself?
Yeah, because otherwise if I said that out loud, I get a few stares.
Yeah, the girl might be like, well, it was good meeting you, Brett.
Yeah. No, wait. I got to tell you about this one time I went to camp.
Hey, Brett, have you ever been on a date where you like talked salute your shorts with someone?
Sadly, no.
Oh, man.
I wish. That's my criteria for finding someone. If I can talk salute your shorts, are you afraid of the dark repeat?
Yeah, that could be the spark. That could be the sign.
I you know what I should do is I should kind of come with a criteria and say, so tell me about yourself. Do you know the Camp Anawanna theme song? And if you can't sing at least the first 2 lines, she's out of there.
You should bring your unofficial "Are You Afraid of the Dark" art book and just like put it on the table next to you, but not mention it.
Yeah,
and wait for her to be like, "What's that?" And be like, "Oh, this?
It's my big black book.
This is an incredible book I made." And then just see what happens.
Yeah, well, I am very thankful that just to go on a quick side tangent, that everyone who's been a part of the Kickstarter and even still tracking me down while I'm trying to get this to retail is blown away by the book. It's a true testament to all the hard work and dedication I put into over the past 3.5 years. So to everyone out there who bought the book, either through the Kickstarter from me or through word of mouth, thank you so much. It really boosts my confidence as an artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. It gets me in the mood for watching episodes.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it's really it's perfectly done. We love it.
Thank you.
Andrew, if you were on a date with someone, would if they said, "Oh, Nickelodeon's so stupid," deal breaker?
I mean, I would argue it first.
You'd have to break it to them that you host a Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Network girl. Somewhere down the line, I'd say that.
Yeah. All right. Andrew, did you have a favorite line?
Oh yeah. I mean, this was the one for me. Mona's speech about where she'll be.
Oh my goodness.
But where will you be? Oh, I'll be all around in the dark. Wherever there's a little boy writing to Santa Claus, I'll be there. And when people enter the publisher sweepstakes, I'll be there too. I'll be in the way a little boy's eyes light up when lingerie ads turn up in the mailbox. Wherever there's mail to be delivered, that's where I'll be.
I even, I don't think I noticed this before, but the first line, "Oh, I'll be all around in the dark."
In the dark, yeah. Starting there.
Yeah.
Watching your mailbox from afar.
Yeah. And the little boy's eyes lighting up with the lingerie catalog arriving.
I did not notice that until I rewatched it.
Yeah, that's funny. Wherever there's mail to be delivered, that's where I'll be.
Just so good.
Yeah, it's
a harmonica in the background too.
Yeah, it's a Pete and Pete-esque almost
sure.
monologue.
Totally.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's kind of strange to think about, sorry, just real quick, how I'm starting to notice like these little quirky similarities among like Pete and Pete, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Salute Your Shorts, like in terms of like their characters or like way dialogue's written or, connections to camp or whatever. Maybe they could have a shared universe if someone like develops it, like do some world building or do a crossover.
Yeah,
I
like the sound of it.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite line, I had the same one. The wherever mail is needed, I'll be there. A monologue.
And a lot of it, a big part of it is the way she delivers it.
Oh yeah.
It's just like each note that she hits is right on.
Yes, it's beautiful. I'll throw out some other stuff though. I love, of course, Lucky Jones was crushed by dinosaurs. The one I was kind of on the fence with is going quick, Fargo, North Dakota.
Yes, I like 58102.
Yeah, and he's just so blown away.
It's awesome. I love that.
Other ones? Any other ones you want to shout out?
I've got one. This one stood out to me a lot for some reason because of the absurdity of the name. She says, "I know Mona's an awful name. I've always wanted to be called Joie." And I'm like, what is that, French?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I had a couple more that I loved. That's the healing power of Kevin Lee.
Yes.
And also this one just has always gotten me. Carry on, young Budnick.
Yeah. The healing power of Kevin Lee should be like some type of ointment brand.
Yeah.
Right?
I did like postal worker's nightmare, lower lumbar misalignment.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention, if my supervisor finds out I blew out my back, he'll put me on a desk. I was born for the streets.
Oh, I love that line too. That was my second place one.
Yeah. So good. So many lines. All right. Well, best performance, Brett.
I mean, does it really go without saying?
I think it's pretty clear here.
Yeah.
Mona all the way around. Yeah.
I just so good. Like for a one-off character, or like almost one-off character. Just such an amazing. It is like Pete and Pete-esque, the way that she just comes in and fits into the world, and you believe her instantly.
Yeah, and you believe within the 24 minutes that her and Ugg are like in love.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
And you also care for her like she's always been at Camp Anawana as a regular, and that's probably why she came back for a season 2 episode.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Mona or Christine Cavanaugh gets our best performance. Let's worst performance, folks.
Yeah, you can go ahead if you.
Well, for me, it's no doubt Sponge.
Wow,
It's just some bad line deliveries here.
I feel like he had. Yeah, what did he say? Like 2 lines, maybe.
Yeah, but both deliveries were bad.
Okay, all right.
They're just like Budnick. The way he rattles it off, it feels like in line with the show. The girls, I think, were really good. I was surprised, not surprised. I've always liked it, but like their performances were strong. But when Sponge would say something, it's like, oh, he's acting kind of hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys didn't have nominees?
I said the guy in the car who burped at Ugg.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
His burp wasn't deep throat enough. Like it needed more resonance.
I really liked everyone in this episode. The only like criticism in this realm that I had was that Telly, I'm not even sure, had a line. She was just like kind of underutilized in this episode.
That's a good point.
But
yeah, Sponge and Telly were definitely lesser used. But to be fair, it's hard to cram all the campers in 24 minutes. I mean, and Mona and Ugg pretty much had the spotlight, so it's just like cherry picking and figuring out what spot to put them in when you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into some of this other stuff with bios and trivia.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi, this is bios, trivia, ratings, and stray observations.
Well, of course, I feel like we may have looked at Kevin Ugly in the past, but I did just want to note him as a powerhouse in this episode.
Oh my goodness!
And we probably mentioned this stuff before, but like his first credit, I am always shocked to see, it was voice on an anime called Mobile Suit Gundam, like the English version, dub version. Just so cool. Also, I wanted to mention that he was in House Guest, which we mentioned recently.
Still got to get around to it.
Yeah.
Another reason to get into it. Also, he did voices for a couple of my favorite animes, Trigun and Cowboy Bebop.
Hell yeah, I love those two, and I did note that as well.
Is that still mainly what he does, voices?
That's a big part of what he does.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, he did some voices for the recent 2020 SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob on a Run. So,
oh, cool.
He's still pretty popular doing that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Very cool guy. Yeah, he has a ton of credits. So, good for Ugg.
Great for him. Yeah. Kirk Bailey.
Yeah.
Yep.
This episode was directed by Jefferson Kibbe, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about him before. But just to recap, he directed a bunch of Salute Your Shorts, the most notable being Zeke the Plumber. But he directed this, Zeke the Plumber, Brownies for Thud Mackey, Bunk Chief Elections, Budnick and Michael Fake Being Sick, and Anawana Incorporated. He was also a director on Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, Baywatch, and Criminal Minds.
Nice.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody ever fanned out, he's on Baywatch. He's like, I directed Zeke the Plumber. What? Pamela Anderson being like, wow.
Yeah. before we move on, I just want to also I feel like we've also talked about Christine Cavanaugh a lot and what she's been in, but I just want to give her another shout out for being such a great character in so many things.
So, most Nickelodeon fans would know her as Mona, but also Ablina from Our Real Monsters, Chucky from Rugrats, Dexter, right?
Yeah, Dexter's lab.
Babe the Pig? Isn't that her?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, just an incredible talent. And, seeing her act, I was like, I get why she was a voice actress. Her voice was really singular, but, boy, yeah, it's just a shame that we lost her.
Yeah.
Loved watching her.
Yeah, she's great in this episode. She feels warm or something.
Yeah.
I did note that she had a cameo in an X-Files episode from season 4, episode 20, called Small Potatoes, and she played Amanda Nelligan, who gave birth to one of the babies with a tail.
Oh my gosh, yes! I just rewatched that episode. She's obsessed with Star Wars. She the part of the villain's thing is that he can make people kind of see him in a different way. And so she believes she's had Luke Skywalker's baby. She's dead set on it. Gosh, Small Potatoes is a great episode of X-Files. Great catch, Brett.
Yeah. It's so cool that she's a part of that. Just to mention a few more that I love. Cheers, Frasier, The Critic, Wings.
Marty Sherman.
Oh, my goodness. Christine Cavanaugh. Yeah.
True treasure.
She's awesome. Trivia?
Yeah. I got a couple here. This is, of course, one of only 2 appearances by Mona in the series. The second one being in the second season called They Call Me Miss Tibbs.
They Call Me Miss Tibbs. Where she's changed professions.
Yeah.
She's a park ranger in that one.
Yeah.
And also I caught, apparently Kirk Bailey said at a Comic-Con that he broke his eardrum jumping in the lake after Mona. And it still suffers from hearing loss in his left ear.
That is so crazy. Yeah, I read the same thing, and then I watched the episode to watch him dive. I'm like, it didn't even look like that bad of a dive, but maybe they didn't use that take, or
right. Or maybe it just hit weird. You just can't quite see it.
Yeah.
I mean, they really put Ugg through the ringer in general for these episodes, hanging him upside down for Zeke the plumber when he was attached to that rope. I mean, he's really dedicated to his role in this series.
I'd say. I mean, to lose your hearing in your left ear for mail carrier Mona, I mean, that's,
Yeah. And I don't know if we mentioned, just how goofy that moment kind of is. It's endearing, but goofy at the same time.
Yes.
It's just
right.
I was really watching him, too, afterwards, knowing that the damage probably had already been done. Yeah. Does he kind of grab at it or anything? Nothing. What a professional.
Yeah.
Got a hand just done.
Yeah. Okay, guys, you want to do stray observations?
Let's do it. Did you guys happen to notice where Rachel wrote the letter from that she sent Doug? Or both letters? The city.
Costa Mesa?
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
92626. As they
have
said many times.
Yeah.
What does Budnick claim he's earning while pretending to be affiliated with the Postal Service at the beginning of the episode?
I do not remember.
I don't remember. His junior postal certificate or something?
Close. He's going for his junior postmaster badge.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, of course, Mona mentions that the former postman, Lucky Jones, has hurt his collarbone. Specifically, what has done the damage?
He was crushed by a box of dinosaur stamps, and she also adds Brontosaurus commemoratives.
Yeah. Brontosaurus commemoratives. That's right. Yeah. That's awesome.
Ugg, during his story about meeting Rachel, he mentions where he met her. Did you note this?
Was it
not specifically where?
A camp across the lake?
Yes, Camp Myrnagonic.
Say it again, Camp
Myrnagonic.
Interesting.
I listened to him say it 4 times before I got it.
Yeah. Let's see. What cataclysmic events does Budnick compare Rachel's breakup letter to? Did you catch that?
Yeah. Yeah, the sinking of the Titanic and the eruption of Mount St. Helens.
You got it. And man, that is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
To compare it to.
Yeah, I love that.
Budnick says, "What did you catch Budnick's company name for his clothing?"
No. Darn.
I did, that went over my head.
He says it's called Budnick's New You, a division of Budnick Enterprises.
Very good. On
Very
that,
professional.
did you guys happen to catch who won the arm wrestling match? At one point there,
ZZ?
yeah,
Oh,
you got it.
nice.
What can Mona not take with her on her mailboat that the girls are trying to give her? Did you catch that?
It's tough with this at this quality of video.
I didn't catch it.
Do your best to describe it because I know it's a little ambiguous. But...
It appeared to me to be a totem pole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with 3 heads on it, I counted.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting, too, that when Ugg dove into the lake to get the wooden heart, I saw the totem pole get knocked off, and it floated like it was made out of... it was like hollow or made out of something like...
I was wondering what that
styrofoam or
was.
something. Yeah.
Did you guys catch Rachel's new boyfriend's name?
Dolph.
Yep. Love it.
What, aside from the outfits that Budnick got Ugg to wear, did you catch the outfit that the girls got him to wear?
Oh, yeah. The one is, or at least the only one I remember is, it was like a Hugh Hefner type robe and...
Yeah,
Hype.
that was it. They were trying to make him sophisticated.
Yeah.
Budnick has a nickname for ZZ. Did you catch it?
Ooh.
Z squared?
Z squared.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pulled that from the back of my memory.
Did you catch all the things that the kids think will happen when Ugg finds out Rachel isn't coming?
Ooh, I did not
No.
get any of them.
Budnick bets he cries. Michael thinks he'll have a nuclear spaz or something. Sponge bets he'll go on a 5-state crime spree. And Dina worries he'll have a core meltdown.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good.
Pretty intense. Did you guys catch what the 2 letters were about that Ugg described he was going to send to Rachel?
One was pleading for her to take him back.
Yeah. The other was telling her off.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. He says specifically involves elevator shafts and voodoo curses.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
This is my last one, but as always, I like to note how many Camp Anawana shirts appear in this episode.
Oh.
Are you like if you see one color, you just
if I see it on the character, it counts as once, and if they wear a different one, like a different color, it counts as another.
Man, I'm just gonna throw out 7.
Okay.
I'll go with 9.
It was 7.
Wow. I was paying more attention than I thought.
Four of which belong to Ugg. He wears a blue, a dark blue, a teal, a red, and a white.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, heavy clothing rotation there.
Yeah. Did you catch the boys' selling points for Mona when they were trying to convince Ugg?
She cracks walnuts with the back of her knees.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, she likes the outdoors, she wears a uniform, and she wears a whistle.
Yeah.
Oh.
All good things.
Yeah.
Yes. I did note the all the zip codes that were mentioned in the episode, like the place and also the zip code. Did you guys know what they are? How many and what they are?
I know the 92626. They said that over and over, the Costa Mesa one.
Yep.
We mentioned the Fargo one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Are we just missing Key West?
Yeah, that's all 3. And to be specific, the Costa Mesa is 92626, Key West is 33040, and then Fargo, North Dakota is 58102. Any of you postal nuts in the audience?
Yeah, that's pretty good because at the time, of course, they would have had to actually go look them up. They couldn't just go on the internet. And
Yeah,
check.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at ratings. This episode has an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, an 8.5 out of 10 on TV.com. So out of 5 Krebs stars, what did you give Mail Carrier Mona / Ug's Girlfriend Is Coming?
Those are respectable scores, though I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Sure.
Love it.
Nice.
Love every second of this episode. Love the attention on Ugg and Mona, such great characters, and that you get to see all the rest of the characters. It just kind of is like, I feel like it's a great showcase for a lot of the best parts of Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. All right. Perfect 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Brett, what did you give Mail Carrier Mona?
Oh boy. Well, it's one of my favorites, right up there with Zeke, so it's hard not to give it a 5.
Yeah.
But I contemplated knocking it down to like a 4.75 just because some parts felt slow to me, but at the same time, there's just constant dialogue that's like beautifully written, and then there's always stuff happening, all going to the end where like it all funnels to Mona and Ug's relationship coming together. So I think for the fact that it just stuck with me throughout all these years and it still feels fresh 30 years later, even when watching this for this episode, I have to give it a 5. I can't knock it down. I'd regret it if I did.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Well, it's time to sound that air horn. It's a very rare Big Orange Couch event where any episode gets straight 5s, but that's what's happening here today.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite episodes of Salute Your Shorts. It's really one of my favorite episodes of anything Nick.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a 5. That means it joins the ranks here. Let me just recap for you episodes that have gotten 5s from us over the course of the last 4 years. What we did on our summer vacation, Pete and Pete. Zeke the Plumber, Salute Your Shorts. Field of Pete, nice. Pete and Pete. The Tale of Dead Man's Float, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Nightcrawlers, Pete and Pete. Wacky Deli, Rocco's Modern Life, which you joined us for, Brett.
Yep.
Hard Days, Pete and Pete. And now Mail Carrier Mona. So a slight bias towards Salute Your Shorts and Pete, but that's a little. It's okay.
It's well earned, trust us. And I feel like with all these 5s under your belt, you should make like a BOC Hall of Fame for each of them so we can like look at all the cool golden plaques.
Yeah, when we reach the end, we'll like categorize our rankings. But anyway, I think actually in some ways this episode is like structured better than Zeke the Plumber. I like Zeke the Plumber more. I think it's the more iconic Nickelodeon episode. It's more memorable, but I think almost as a story, like for me, it flew by. Like when it was done, sometimes these episodes, I'm like, I'll like usually scroll to see how much time, and it's usually around the 14-minute mark where I'm like 10 more minutes, but on this one, it was like, I knew we hadn't even gotten to Ugg and Mona yet. It was like, oh, perfect. Like I haven't got to the best part yet. So I think this is a great, really well-written episode. And as we've mentioned, Christine Cavanaugh, it's, just a great performance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I can't ignore the fact like everything is well rounded.
Yeah.
That's funny that you mentioned that you felt it was really fast paced because at one point I looked down and saw I couldn't believe where we were in the story when 10 minutes were left. It was just like it seemed like there was so little to happen left, but somehow it filled the time perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how it did it.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Well, do you guys want to name the episode?
Yeah.
All right.
You bet.
I called this one The Postwoman Always Sails Twice.
Ooh, interesting.
The Postwoman Always Sails Twice? Is this a reference?
Yeah, the postman always rings twice.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Clever.
Very good. Okay. Brett?
Well, Well, this one's kind of based off of a line that stuck out to me, but I like the pun. So I'm going to go with, you've got first class mail, and first class is in parentheses, and male is MALE.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. You've got first class parentheses male as in a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
And I went pretty simple here. I call this special delivery.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right, go around one more time. We'll post them.
The postwoman always sails twice.
You've got first class mail.
And special delivery. We'll post those and we'll see who wins. Our last one around was our Rock Goes Modern Life Cruisin', and our guest Bup won that one with Cruisin' to the Oldies.
Yeah,
which was a good one.
Got a ring to it.
Yeah, very nice. All right, well that rounds out mail carrier Mona. Very, very fun to talk about. Andrew, what are we doing next, I guess?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little game shows. Something we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we thought we would have you guys decide which one you want to hear about.
Yeah, we're going to post that. So if you don't follow us on Instagram yet, go ahead and do that. We're at Orange Couch Podcast, where the likes of Danny Tamborelli follow us.
Yep.
I'm sure other people. I think
That
Kirk
is your new
Fogg-
tagline.
yeah. I think Kirk Fogg follows us. I don't know, a couple icons.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, and you can vote. So we'll find out, I guess, here in about a week which game show we're going to cover. That'll be fun, though. You can also find us on Twitter at BOC Podcast. You can email us at orangecouchpodcast@gmail.com. We got a couple emails to catch up on. We'll do that here pretty soon. And you can hear us on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Leave us a review. That always really helps other people find us. And Brett, the art just keeps coming. It's, as Danny Tamborelli said last week, you just kind of keep killing it here. We so appreciate getting to kind of work with you on it, and of course the stuff that not just for Big Orange Couch, we enjoy looking at all things, including your current Salute Your Short series.
Well, thank you very much. That means a lot coming from you guys, and Danny as well. I think it just helps that I've always had a strong work ethic growing up, and as long as I'm focused on something, whether it's like a series of art or just like coming up with a theme or a topic, I'm just happy to bang it out for everyone who's in the 90s Nickelodeon community so that they can appreciate and unearth some fond childhood memories. So as long as you guys keep loving it, I'll keep making it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a joy to share it.
Thank you.
And I guess we'll see all you campers next episode.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if Danny would approve.
Maybe not Mike, though.
Holding on to a package meant for a distant lover, thought it would be there overnight. She waits and she cries and she thinks he does not love her. The postman holds on oh so tight. Some postman is grooving to all our love letters. Some postman is gonna cry. Some postman is grooving to all our love letters. Some postman is gonna cry. Gonna cry, yeah! You crushed paper hearts. Stole and sold and ripped apart. You promised with stamps, but you never delivered to me. Some postman you turned out to be. W-A-R-T, Warrant Radio, Wellsville.
Brett.
You guys there?
Hey.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear
Can
us?
you hear me? Hello?
Hey, yeah, I think. Can you hear?
Brett. Brett, can you hear us?
Hello?
Brett. Can you hear us? Brett, can you hear us?
Hello?
Brett.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Hello.
Joey, Andrew.
Hey,
hello.
can you hear
Hello.
us?
Hello.